What's going on, you guys? It's Kafar here, and I am back with another video. And in today's video, I'm going to be transforming into a full-on vampire, and this look is going to contain a smoky eye with really nice glowy skin. And yeah, this look is very easy to achieve, very simple. It doesn't require a lot of products. However, today I will be using a lot of products, but that's just me. You do not have to do that. But yes, without any further ado, let's just get straight into the video. So my skin is already pre-moisturized, so I'm going to start off by priming my skin with the e.l.f. Luminous Putty Primer. And I'm just going to take that along my cheeks and put it on the high points of my face and exactly where I want the light to shine. Next, I'm going to be going in with the MAC Strobe Cream in the color Gold Light. I'm just going to be doing the same thing. I'm just going to focus it on the higher points of my face and then working it into the rest of my skin. So now that my skin is completely prepped, I'm going to move on to my brows, and to do that I'm going to be using Pro Longwear Concealer by MAC, and I'm just going to be brushing that over my brows to lighten them. When doing this, it's always important to make sure that your eyebrows are laminated and laid down, and as you can see, like mine are perfectly flat. It just allows the product to look a lot more clean when on your brows. Now as you're lightening the brows, you are going to get a little bit of spilling of the product, so you just want to take like a wet towel and then just clean it up. Later on, we will be cleaning it up with concealer, so it's not too much to worry about either. Okay, so now that my brows are completely saturated with concealer, I'm going to be moving into my powder and I'm going to set them. And I'm going to be using the Fenty Beauty powder in the shade Banana. And this is just going to set the brows and also lighten them a little bit because the powder is a lighter color. Now that I've set the brows into place, I'm going to be going in and start to shape them up. And to do that, I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Camel CC Cream in the color Tan 425N. And I'm just going to take that with my little concealer brush and I'm just going to clean up around the edges to sharpen them up and make them look really defined. Okay, so now that my brows are completely done and I think they look amazing, we are going to be moving on to my eyes. And for that, I'm going to be using the MAC concealer that I used earlier. And once that's all done, I'm going to be moving on to the e.l.f. Bite Size palette. I'm just going to be playing with these colors to give myself a really nice smoky eye effect. Now that I have my base set for my eyelids, before I move on to eyeshadow, I'm going to be lining my waterline. And to do that, I'm going to be using this Makeup by Mario gel liner. And I'm just going to be taking that on along my waterline and on my inner corner. So now that I've lined my waterline and my inner lash line, I'm going to be going in with the little brush at the bottom just to smoke this out. Now moving on to eyeshadow, I'm going to be taking a flat brush and I'm just going to be dipping into the darkest eyeshadow, which is the black. I'm going to be placing that on my lower lid. So next, with a round blending brush, I'm going to be dipping into the darker shade of brown here, blending just above where I place the dark eyeshadow. And the look I'm going for, as you can tell, is just like a really subtle lift in the eye. I'm not going for anything overly dramatic, just because we're really dramatic with the brows and with the smoky eye in general. So I'm just going to be leaving it fairly light at the top, but giving myself that really nice wing and lifted effect here. So the goal with this is mainly just to make sure that with the darker brown eyeshadow, you're just merging the two colors together. So you're not blending what's on your lower lid, but you're just blending the two colors together and merging it upward into a wing. So next I'm going to be taking the light brown eyeshadow shade. I'm just going to be working that on the upper parts of my lid. So now that we're done with brows and eyes, we're going to move on to skin. And to get started, I'm going to be using my Charlotte Tilbury Fall Flawless Filter, and I'm just going to be placing that on the high points of my cheeks and where I want the light to hit. Next, I'm going to be moving on to foundation. I'm going to be mixing two, and for that, I'm going to be using the Revlon Illuminance Foundation. And I'm going to be mixing it with the e.l.f. Camel CC Cream in the shade 425N, because one is a little bit lighter and the other one is a little bit more on the tan side, and I'm in between the two shades, so I'm just going to mix the two of them. So next I'm going to be moving on to contour, and for that I'm going to be using the Fenty Beauty Cream Contour in the shade Chocolate, and I'm just going to take that along my cheekbones and blend upwards, and also going to be bringing back that definition into my face and down the sides of my cheek. And we can't forget the nose, so I'm just gonna pinch my brush and I'm just gonna wipe it into the product and bring it slightly down my nose. Okay, so now that we've completed contour, I'm gonna be moving on to concealer, and for that I'm gonna be taking the MAC and I'm gonna be mixing it with the Revlon foundation, the same shade that I used on my face, just to ensure that it's not too dark. So just to ensure that everything remains looking skin-like, I'm going to be taking my finger and just dabbing it in, just to make sure that it blends really deeply into my skin. Now this is an optional step, you don't have to put concealer, but I like to. So now that we are all done with skin, I'm going to be setting everything into place, and to do that I'm going to start off with my Fenty Beauty powder, and I'm just going to be setting my under eyes with the color in the shade Banana. And then to bronze the perimeter of my face, I'm going to be taking the Charlotte Tilbury bronzer in the shade Tan. Okay, so now that everything is set in place, we're going to be moving on to blush, and for that I'm going to be going in with a nice little red blush, and this one here is by Fenty Beauty, and I love the red because it's just going to really tie the little vampire look that we have going on together. So I'm just going to take a little bit, I'm just going to apply it onto my cheekbones. Now that we have it applied, I'm just going to take a round brush. I'm just going to lightly just blend everything straight into my cheeks. So this is what we're looking like when the blush is applied. So now we're going to be moving on to highlight, and for that I'm going to be starting off with the Charlotte Tilbury Light Wand in the shade Spotlight, and I'm just going to be applying that on the upper parts of my cheekbones and moving into my brow. All the highlighting products I'm using are pretty subtle, so I'm just going to be going into another shade of highlight, and I'm going to be going in with the MAC highlighter in the shade Whisper of Guilt, and I'm just going to apply that as well. So I am taking inspiration from Twilight Vampires, so I'm just going to be adding a little bit of glow on my body. Adding some here, some here. Using a big blending brush, this one here is from Sephora. I'm just going to be dipping into the Fenty Diamond Balm, and I'm just going to be taking it all over my skin and blending everything in. This is the final look once everything is completed. The brows are really bold and the eye makeup is really nice and light. It's very dramatic, but it's not too much. And the skin, to me, just looks really amazing and it's really glowing. So let me know what you think, because now we are going to be moving on to the hard part, which is the contact lenses. So wish me luck. I have the teeth in. Now we're gonna put in the contacts. Wish me luck, please. I don't ruin every single thing I worked on. Alright guys, so this is the final look. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye.